One, two, three, ready. Good morning, everyone. We are now live. My name is Rich Wallace, and you have joined an episode of Strictly Business from EdgeTVNetwork.net. So, if you are looking to be a part of this show, I would invite you to go over to Edge TV Network and sign up, uh, and you can be on the show. Take a look at the calendar and find out which way we're going and which topic and which time that we're going to be showing. Once again, this is Strictly Business, and this is a talk show from the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, from the desert to the sea. We're going to take a short break, and I'm going to come back. I'll talk to you about our guest that's coming up, and we got a wonderful show for you today. So stay tuned, hang in there, and we will be right back.
One of the secrets to exposure for your business lies within supporting Black businesses and entrepreneurs. And that is why the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is here, to connect Black businesses from the desert to the sea. Let's join hands to empower and sustain our community. By becoming a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, you can grow your business and increase your clientele. With our innovation, we'll generate new businesses and get new customers. And we'll connect new mindsets with businesses from across Southern California to help bridge the wealth gap. Let's connect, build, and grow together. Join us now at blackchamberofcommerce.org.
And we're back. Hey, did y'all like our commercial? Our director for Edge TV, Sharifa Hardy, does our commercials, and she's real reasonable. So if any small business out there is looking for a production without having a production, I think for a small fee, she can create a wonderful 30-second commercial for you. So I will be passing her information along pretty soon. Miss Sharifa Hardy is one of our presidents of the Long Beach chapter. And actually tonight in Long Beach, if you're in and around Long Beach, California, you can come and join us at the Black Chamber of Commerce. We're going to be at a wonderful church over on Olive Street. So come check us out. And we're going to have great food. We got a young lady there that, Yvonne, that does a fantastic job in the food. So we don't have knickknacks. They get down out there in Long Beach. This is Rich Wallace, and you have joined an episode of Strictly Business. This is a TV talk show that comes on that talks about business, that brings business entrepreneurs in front of you, and also situations that you need to find out about taxes. I am trying to finally get an approval to have an IRS on next month. And the Franchise Tax Board, to ask them, why are we paying so many taxes and some people are not? And they'll be able to come on and talk to you about some situations, or they'll be able to at least contact you later on. I know if you call the IRS, you're probably still on hold, and you called them last week. So that is something that most federal agencies now are running into. They don't have the staff. So if you're looking for a job, there's a lot of federal agencies hiring right now. So, but this is about entrepreneurship. This is about people that are creating jobs and giving jobs. My name is Rich Wallace, and you have joined an episode of Strictly Business. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring on a young lady that, I want to say she sells houses, but not does she just sells houses. She designs them and puts them together and does all of these kinds of things that makes a house a home. That's as Luther would say. So we're going to take another short break, and then we're going to come back with Miss Nikki, and she's going to tell you about some things that she does in the high desert, low desert, round desert. And she's like me. She's from the desert to the sea. This is Rich Wallace, and you have joined an episode of Strictly Business, and stay tuned.
Are you ready to change your life? Let us help you. At Youth Build Charter School, you can get a high school diploma and kickstart your dream career in no time. We offer high school diploma programs in construction, CNA, military, college, and entrepreneurship. If you are between the age of 16 and 24 and you want to manage your studies with a job, recover your credits, or graduate early, we can help you achieve your dream. Call us at 1-888-395-4408 or visit youthbuildinlandempire.org.
Yeah, I wanted to give another shout out to Miss Sharifa Hardy that does our commercials. She probably by the end of the week you will see more. And I know people say, well, I don't tune in for the commercials, but we do have to sell something. So right now we're selling ourselves. And I have a young lady. How are you this morning, Miss Nikki?
I'm good, Rich. How are you?
I am good. I wanted to bring you on once before, and I wanted to have you back on again to just kind of talk about how things are going in the high desert. I know there's a big push. There was an announcement on the CNN that the real estate prices was dropping and the interest rate was going up. Doesn't that make things the same? Before I get into this, let me let you introduce yourself to the folks and tell them what you do, because I got some questions for you this morning. Yes.
Okay. Well, hopefully I can answer everything. I'm Nikki Granger. I do several things. I am in the real estate industry. I am a real estate agent. I do sell houses, residential properties, and commercial properties, and also real estate investments I'm involved in as well. I also am here at my secondary business, which is Desired Home Furnishings. You can see in the back. That is my furniture company where I also work with other agents to stage properties, and I also have retail sales. So you can actually purchase directly through our storefront in your living room, dining room, bedroom, all your home decor needs here at Desired Home Furnishings.
Okay. And does Desire Home Furniture, and we'll get to this in a little bit, where we want to talk about how people can go online and how they can reach you and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mentioned that you were in the high desert, which is the Victorville area.
Well, the office's store is located in the city of Hesperia, but we're all over the high desert doing business, San Bernardino County, Riverside County, LA County, Orange County, all over.
Okay. There's a big push right now from our U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce in Washington, D.C. on buying black. We're having a mixer in San Bernardino on Monday at Valley College, and the whole push is about buying black. They've got a couple of real estate agents in that local San Bernardino agent area coming out to talk about home prices and how things are. So I want to invite you out to just kind of check them out. But at the same time, it is a big push in taking a couple of minutes and finding black businesses that do business.
Yes.
And it takes a couple of minutes to be able to find them. And I say to people out there that if you know of black businesses that other blacks don't know about, send them to the Black Chamber of Commerce. That's
Mhm.
our responsibility, is that if we know where you are at the chamber office, then we can refer businesses to you, and even mainstream businesses that are looking for minority owned businesses. A lot of times in business, people will say, well, I'm a business person. I'm not a black business. I just happen to be black, but I'm in business because I do business with everybody. Well, and that's great. And you should.
Yes.
But there are certain people that are looking for black businesses
Yes.
specifically.
Yes.
So you need to be on the Pacific list as well as
Yes.
the main list.
Yes.
So, so now, let me ask you a couple real estate questions. Where is the best place, Southern California, which is higher than anywhere else? Most places they say. Where's the best city to live today, to purchase? If I'm a family of 2, 3, and I'm looking, what is your suggestion of what city we should be looking in?
Oh, that's tough because as a family,
Mhm.
the dynamics that you're looking at mostly when you're raising a family is school districts. Where's the best school districts for your child to go to school? And also you can have the quality of life that you're looking for in purchasing a home. Um, every area has its good and bad areas. The
Yeah.
places that I really like, I do like Rancho Cucamonga. I've always loved the Rancho area.
Mhm.
Also, Eastville in Riverside County is a really beautiful area to live in. The Inland Empire is on the rise as far as having some of the demographics, as far as home qualities, as like your LA and your Orange County areas. And so if I were to purchase a home, those are the areas that I would purchase in. Depending on what you're looking for as far as like the best value for your home and also the school districts that you're interested in. Another great thing is that they are building up in the high desert area, and the homes are, on a lower scale as far as costly going. Um, that is really building up and having some of the same values for less costs if you're interested in that. And Hesperia has a great school district as well.
Yeah, I was just in the high desert the other night. We had a mixer at our chamber there, and we meet at the Atalanto baseball stadium
Yes.
on the third Monday of every month. We meet in the high desert, and we had a mixer up there. And as I was going up, it it kind of looked farmish. You know, I didn't see any cows, but I seen a lot of cactus. Uh, but
It is the
within
desert.
within a half a mile or so, I saw a lot of construction,
Yes.
new projects going up. And I kind of thought that we were kind of freezing out on building right now. But as I traveled to the high desert or to Atalanta Stadium, I saw a lot of land clearing, a lot of new projects, new homes going up. So, are you into the new home projects, or is that are you just selling houses to people that I don't know how those new homes. Usually, you go and then there's a little office there, and they walk you through all the new homes and stuff. Do they allow real estate agents like yourself that don't belong to the new home project to sell those new homes as well?
Yeah, for the most part, if a client is working with a realtor already, normally they're allowed to go with their realtor to view those properties. The agents that are at those newer home developments are very, informative and kind, and understand that that buyer is coming with their own agent. However, I have also seen since COVID happened, not that I want to blame everything on COVID, but since COVID happened, there has been a change in that where some developers are not allowing the buyer's agent to receive a commission off of the sale of the new development home. Now that depends. There's just some of them that are out there that have you know decided that that agent just gets a referral fee or nothing at all. They're very clear that they are not um, bringing in the buyer's agent on to receive, their percentage of the commission. Everything just goes to that developer and their agent, and how they structure that out. But you can still represent your client because your duty is to serve your client, and make sure that they're taken care of. Obviously you're in the business to make a commission. However, you would never abandon your client if that location decided that they were not handing out a commission to the buyer's agent.
Okay. Let me ask you about these big companies that are buying all of the houses now. Seems like
Yeah.
uh, I was looking for a home during the pandemic to purchase, and during that time, the bidding process was just crazy. I think now it's kind of settled down. I found out that there were a lot of homes owned by corporations, and they had agencies, I guess, going to, they would show it like a regular house, and a couple of them had codes on the door or whatever it was, and they got cameras in there, so you can go in at will and take a look at it and dial an 800 number. But they were getting kind of like the grocery checkers. They're like getting rid of the agents, and they're simplifying or making it seem simpler for someone to buy a house from a major company out of a computer like they do the hamburgers today. Uh, is that the way your business is going, or is that just a trend that's happening right now?
That's not the way my particular business is going. I have there is a company that I'm familiar with that's up here in the high desert where they're not doing the model home. So there's nothing for the client to kind of go in and view. They don't have a office set up where their new homes are being built to where they can go in and speak to an agent. It's kind of like but they are working with buyer's agents. So it's like the opposite
Yeah.
to what we were discussing just a few seconds ago. Um, I I haven't decided if I really enjoy that process or not, because it does take the aesthetics away from purchasing a home where
Mhm.
the client is going and they have the luxury of looking at it, viewing and envisioning themselves in the home. But it is a fast way to get homes up and without paying out to so many different people. Now,
Okay.
one misconception that you did mention about how everyone was having like these bidding wars over properties because it was put out there as though there was a shortage of homes. But in my perspective as an agent, being in the business and still having business during the COVID time and still being able to stage homes during that time, I noticed there was a lot of properties that were available. Um, it was new developments happening, and also, the families that were putting their homes up for sale were available as well. But that fear, we're a fear-based society, so for people thinking that there's a shortage of properties out there, they immediately wanted to do anything to secure a property. And that's how what I feel we entered into, that the bidding wars and
Uh,
people scraping the bottom of their pockets just to get a house and outbid someone else instead of
yeah,
getting something that they really, really wanted. They wanted to secure, you know,
because
some
they made us think that we were going to run out of houses.
absolutely. And now everybody's in these houses and they're like, oh my God, there's a newer development that's right here, or there's, this community that's right here that I really want to get into. And, I have to wait or I have to sell what I have now to get into there. And so it was definitely misinformation
Yeah,
that was
because if
out.
they paid 50 or $60,000 over appraisal price, now they can't even, if they want to jump the ship and move to another house, they can't do that because that house won't meet the, well, oh, they could, but they lose the money. They
Well,
lose.
yeah, because it's like you bid it over $60,000, like you said, over market value. Okay, you purchased that house at that price. You've now changed, the going rate for the homes in that area, because you can't sell something if somebody doesn't want to buy it.
That's true.
So the consumer, the clients actually gauge which direction the real estate industry is going in by being you have to have a willing and able buyer. So if someone is willing to pay over market value, you've now changed the demographic of what that
Uh,
area goes for,
okay.
if that makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Tell me a little bit about your staging. What does that actually mean? Is that, what is that?
So like for example, your model homes, when you go into them and you see them decorated with
Mhm.
furniture and office things or anything that's like behind me, that's what I go in and do with my available furniture that I have from my store. And so um, depending on what and I do not only do it for new developments, I also do it for the everyday customer. Like if you want to change some things in your home, you want new furniture and you want to kind of you don't know how to do that yourself or decorating really isn't your thing, we have that service available where we'll come out, take a look at your space, go over some things, let you see what our inventory is, and you can select or we can do it for you and create a space for you. So that's the interior design parts. The home staging is also for real estate agents who have a home that they're trying to sell. If the seller would like to change the aesthetics of the home with new furnishings, we'll go in and stage that property. Majority of the time, I do have it available to where the buyers or the clients who are interested in that home, if they're interested in any of the furnishings that are available in that home, they can purchase, with us, or make arrangements through their agent and with that seller to purchase the products that are available.
Okay. Now, do you do that for office buildings as well?
I do.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
home office, corporate office, all of
Okay.
it.
So we're relocating our educational program in the San Bernardino area, and we're getting into a few modules, I guess you call them, but they were retail spaces 300 square feet, and then there was another little store 300. So we're going to knock down all those walls and redesign and put our educational program over there. So we'll reach out to you when we get to that point of, okay, what should it look like, and there of course is a fee for that,
Right.
So
There is a service.
okay, all right. And for that service, is there are you like a plumber? You come out, and say, okay, it's $49 if I come out and just look, but if I do it, I'll give you credit for that, and then it's so much for the fee and all of that. Do you charge by the hour or by the time it's going to take you to do that? How do you determine, looking at a space, that okay, I can hook you up for $10,000? Well, I could hook you up for $1,000. Do you do like say, well, based upon how much money I have to spend, you kind of work with that, or how does that work?
Yes. So the average person has a budget.
Okay.
They kind of already know what they can afford when they're calling you. The haggling process does happen. However, people majority have a budget, a safe number that they want to work with. And so I'll show them what's available based on that. Now, I do have a consultation fee or a just come out and see what I have going on fee, if that's what you want to call it. But I do include that in as a credit once I go ahead and do the work, if no matter how big the space is. Now, if I'm just coming in and seeing like a small room, of course, it won't be that I'm consulting my client on their whole entire house. Right. So I do have that available. Obviously, it's a credit if you decide to go ahead and do business with me. As far as the furnishing goes, depending on how much furniture a client or a customer wants, will depend on what they're willing to spend. Okay. We could do from your very, very basics, but luxury, and give you the whole look and feel on a very budget-friendly amount. We can do that. Or if you want to go big or go home, I have that available as well. So it just really depends on the client, how they're wanting to work, if they're wanting to work off a budget, if they're wanting me to just go in and just design something for them and come bring something out of my own creativity, I can do that as well.
Okay, that was going to be my next thing. So you can get a little creative. Well, let me ask you another thing. Holidays are coming up, and people are looking to, of course, Christmas up their house with the decorations that are in the basement. And do you do any of that kind of getting ready for the holiday thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I've done birthday parties where I've staged the lounge area for the guest of honor and for their guests with some of my furnishings. I've decorated parties before. Holidays are coming up. People do want nice decorations for their homes. So that's something that I can work out with the client. I'm very flexible on my creativity. So and I like a challenge too. So if you have, something that you're wanting to do, and I'm always up for the job to try to create it.
Okay, well, that's fantastic then. So so I can prepare myself for the reef on the door and all of that kind of stuff.
Some reindeer in the front yard.
The deer in the front yard, because a lot of people really get into it. I think Christmas for me is probably my best or favorite holiday, and it's probably not as favorite as it was when my kids were small, but it was a joy. In parenting. I mean, you got one good thing. You spend a ton of money, but that morning you say, okay, it's all worth it. 15 minutes later, you want to kill them all, but
Yeah, all the wrapping paper that's in your living room or wherever, like
when's dinner gonna be ready, So
for us, it's more so I like the season in general. I'm noticing over the last several years, we're starting to notice all the holiday stuff very, very early. I'm seeing holiday stuff now, and we're in September. So, but for me, I'm more of a Thanksgiving kind of person. That's my holiday.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of mine too. My birthday's right around that time, so I try to
Oh,
receive as many gifts as possible, But
always get shortchanged because mine is the 5th. So they always want to combine my birthday with the Christmas, like, oh, this is your birthday and an early Christmas present. I'm like, no,
no,
no, I get two.
I get too. So that's a wonderful thing. Thank you so much. I wanted to ask you a couple of other questions. I got to take a quick short break and we'll be right back.
Are you ready to change your life? Let us help you. At Youth Build Charter School, you can get a high school diploma and kickstart your dream career in no time. We offer high school diploma programs in construction, CNA, military, college, and entrepreneurship. If you are between the age of 16 and 24 and you want to manage your studies with a job, recover your credits, or graduate early, we can help you achieve your dream. Call us at 1-888-395-4408 or visit youthbuildinlandempire.org.
I'm telling you, if you like that commercial or you want something similar to that, my people, Sharifa Hardy, is off the chain and putting that together. And the price is so reasonable, it's almost ridiculous. So anyway, I am back to Miss Nikki, and she's going to tell us something else that she does. She does the furniture, the real estate, the design, and she's a mother of a couple. She's are you coaching baseball or football? Have they got you out in the field and all of that kind of stuff yet?
Oh man, yes. My son, I'm a mother of two. I have a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old on Sunday. This Sunday is my 14-year-old, soon to be 14-year-old's birthday.
Oh,
Um, my oldest is a girl, my Alana, and she is amazing. Obviously, all parents think their kids are amazing, but she really is. She's an aerialist, does cheer, so I'm doing the cheer stuff, the aerialist stuff. I don't know if you're familiar with what an aerialist is.
no, I was going to ask you what that was.
So like the Circus Soleil people that do all the things from the silks, all the
Okay.
flips and the dropping down and all that. She does that.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. So she does that. And then my son, yes, he has me out there on the field, yelling, screaming. He plays football, and
Yeah.
Saturday games, weekday practices, all of that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Not enough hours in the day, Rich.
You become their personal Uber. So, and there
I'm
is,
a chef, a doctor, a therapist.
and you have to work in between. So you got to have your stuff with you so you can sit in the car and, did you see
Exactly.
that play? Oh yeah. So
My car is my office.
car, and that's a good thing. So that's how entrepreneurs live, is managing their time, taking advantage of the family opportunity that you have, because you're not going to get that back. That's one thing that they're going to grow up so fast. And when they get to a certain age, they're not even going to come by and see you, girl. They're going to text you, "You okay over there?" So.
No. I have a requirement. You got to come check on your mama.
I have a requirement too, but they're going to text you. Trust me.
I know. I'm not looking forward to that.
And not looking forward to that. Well, and we're looking forward to them moving on, but we're looking forward. I tell people all the time, I believe the hardest part of parenting is letting go. I mean, even when they're 2 years old and they start walking and they think they're walking a little bit, they snatch their hand away from you because they want to walk on their own. And then after they walk a little further, they go, "Okay, pick me up. I'm done with this." So,
That
but
I agree that the hardest thing is letting go, because as your children get older, they become much more independent. And I love their independence. However, I know like college is around the corner, or whatever it is they decide to do next is around the corner. And even though I'm like a helicopter mom,
yeah,
I know that I can't go to class with them. I can't be on campus with them all the time. I could pop up every now and then, but I gotta work and I gotta pay for college. So I can't, I gotta let y'all do what you're gonna do so I can make sure that tuition gets paid.
the staff at Howard University asked me to leave. "Okay, Mr. Wallace, you can. We do not want to see you here tomorrow. If we see you here one more day, we're gonna call security."
Oh,
So that was weird. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. So I was forced away to leave my child over there with them
yeah.
folks, but they did a great job and all of that kind of stuff. And it's kind of like what you put in them will work, so you don't have to worry because you've already planted the seed and it's getting ready to grow out. So do the
Oh my
thing.
goodness, you sound just like my aunt. She tells me that all the time. You have to trust that you've prepared your children the best to your abilities. Even now at this point, I have a 16-year-old and soon to be 14-year-old that I have to trust and give them the opportunity to show me what I've taught them. And
Exactly.
that's been a little challenging because I'm always like trying to, before it happens, like, okay,
Yeah.
this is going to happen, right? So
Yeah, and it's we were told what was going to happen, and
yes,
we go, yeah, right, that's not going to happen. But then
exactly.
when it would happen, you go, oh, okay, all right.
This
So
is
so
my mom
now,
that we're
yeah,
talking about.
I know. So now you're an entrepreneur,
Yes.
and you've been in business for yourself for how many years now?
Well, I started my process in 2018 is when I
Okay.
started the idea of what I wanted to do, what I saw, myself doing for my future. In 2019, I was injured at work and I took a leave of absence. And that has been challenging because I still struggle with that same injury.
Mhm.
However, my ideas, my process, what I'm wanting to do has really developed in 2020, 2021. And so I've been in business for myself all this time, doing various things. I also do some business consulting as well. I'm a huge believer in spreading the knowledge that you accumulate,
Oh,
even though you can pay for it out there. It's also free to find out. And if you're willing to listen and apply, I'm always willing to give out any information that I have or you know, contacts that I have and things of that nature. But my everything really started developing for me really in 2020. Ironically, the world was in a panic,
mhm.
but I was really in a creative process and setting up my real estate, setting up my furniture business, and whether or not I was fully doing it all physically, I still had everything down on paper. I still was doing the building blocks
Right, right.
of building my business. And I am still in the building stage of building my business because obviously when you become an entrepreneur, there's levels, and you're never where you want to be. As long as you keep growing and elevating, you'll get to your ending goal, which I don't think I'll ever have an ending goal because I'm always pushing myself to do something more.
Right. And there's no such thing because end means end. That's you're
End,
done.
end.
End means end. So the process of moving and keeping moving, we have lost so many people in the past few years. It seems as a lot of people, as to say in the Christian community, have gone home to be with the Lord.
Yeah.
And as much as people go, you feel okay, but it's still hard to see people go. We had one of our board members lost her sister a couple of days ago here in my theater, what we have here in Ontario. Our director passed on Friday. It's been a really rough week of things going on and continuing to have things go on while these things happen. As a business person, tragedy or sidetracks, things that happen to sway your day. I know for me, I don't. Now sometimes I'm a little heartless with it because I gotta stay focused, yeah, and I don't let tragedy or other people's tragedies or any tragedy, even my personal, stop me from doing what I have on my list to get done today. How do you process getting through being a mom, being at the football game, being at the Dancerella move, being at the debates, cooking, cleaning, because you got to clean up the space you're in as well as clean up the house. And maybe the kids help to take out the trash if you yell at them enough, and then maybe they're really responsible and they do all the things that they're supposed to do in a perfect world. But okay. But how do you manage yourself through uh, even working from home? You have an office outside of home, and you also have a home office.
Yes.
Uh, One of the things that I was telling some people the other day is that even when you work from home, don't work in your pajamas. You know,
Oh, that's a good one.
yeah, don't work in your pajamas. Get up, get dressed, be prepared to walk out the door at any second.
Yeah.
So working from home is dangerous if you work in your pajamas because you're too comfortable. You have to, I don't have hair, but you have to comb your hair, brush your teeth, wash your face, put on your, when I work from home, I still put on a tie. Even if I'm not online, if I'm not doing a Zoom or whatever the case may be, I have to put myself in a mindset that I'm at work. Because if
Wow.
I don't, I'll start watching Andy Griffith, you know, or something on TV or Netflix or, Hulu or Apple, one of those shows that I've been trying to finish that I haven't finished yet.
That you could
So,
stream.
right. So, how do you do that? Because I get dressed every day, no matter what, because uh, I can't work in my jammies because I got my jammies on. That says I got my jammies on. I'm relaxing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you?
Okay, so I feel like I've been scolded right now because sometimes I dress from the waist up because that's all you can see. I'm
Right.
fully dressed today. Obviously, I'm in my
Right.
office, but um, that makes a lot of sense what you're saying. Don't do that. Even if you're throwing on, for women, we'll throw on leggings, workout gear, even though we're not going into a gym, and it's just so comfortable and free moving to do that. However, you are in a complacent state of mind when you're not dressing for success. So that
Right.
makes sense that you're saying to do that. So I just realized I have a goal to meet every day. Thank you, Rich. Yeah, it's something else on my plate. I got to get dressed everywhere I go for now on.
But
But to answer your question, I struggle. I struggle a lot if I'm being humble and just being honest and transparent when it comes to balancing the life stuff. Um, because I do get distracted and I have not learned that I'm disciplined, but I'm not as disciplined as you are, where you can still get through your day, even though you just got that horrible phone call that you've lost someone. Or there's a meeting that you have to get to that you can't cancel, but something is going on in the life stuff. So sometimes I feel really guilty about having to meet business expectations when life expectations are there. And I'm neglecting family, I'm neglecting friends, I'm neglecting my household. Um, so I'm still in the balancing stages of trying to have have a system that works for me. I've been able to maintain kids getting to school, practices, still doing business, out there, making phone calls or still having a conference call while I'm at a practice or while I'm picking up kids from school. And my kids they know when mom's on the phone to be quiet. But at the same time, those unexpected life events that I've experienced, from October of last year all the way through, even experiencing some things physically myself, having that mental space that you can stay focused is something that I've just really been trying to work on. And I know that I'll get there because you just let me know it's possible because you could do it.
And I don't want to sound like I'm Superman, but mental space and having the thought process to work through things. It's kind of like I've been around for a while, so I tell people all the time, I've seen the end of the movie. I know who wins. So therefore, the process of what goes on is just a learning curve.
Yeah.
So I was telling a friend of mine yesterday, I said, it's a thin line between faith and foolishness. And
Oh,
I walk pretty much in faith. And sometimes I look at it and it's not faith, it was foolishness, you
right.
know, to think that but it's really, really a thin line because as a believer, you can't call it foolishness if I decide I want to run for the White House in the next election. I just have to go to work. Now it's foolishness if I don't do anything to make that happen. I'm just gonna run. I had a lady told me God told me to go to Africa. I said, oh, really? Okay, how you gonna get this? She, well, I don't know. I said, she's had all her boxes packed and all of this. And I said, well, you got to do something for something to activate. So I am now on this push with small businesses with great ideas and great plans. Okay, when we're going to activate that? When are we going to move that into we're doing it? Whoa, all of a sudden you start doing what you're doing. You went out and you found a location. You start putting the first piece of furniture went in there, whatever that was. You go, I'm doing this. I'm actually doing this. So now that you're doing it, you can say, well, I have a furniture store. I have one of the things that in doing it, now you got to be a little bit more creative. You got to exercise a little bit more in that. I deal with situations as if it's already answered. And I know that we're dealing with it right now, but the answer's already there. And if I panic, I'm gonna miss it. Because you got two lives, not only, well, three counting you, and as an adult parenting, we don't count parents no more, we count the children. The minute you start having kids, family members stop buying you gifts. They start buying the kids stuff, So
that's so true. Especially if they think you got it.
Yes, they think you got it. And I fooled the wrong people because I act like I got it, and you have to. I told my granddaughter, you're buying into the stuff that I'm selling other people. I don't have it, So, oh yeah, you got it, Grandpa, and I want it.
Yeah.
So that's why I believe in getting ready in the morning. Even if I'm not going anywhere, while I'm drinking my coffee, I'm checking out my shirt. Now I'm reasonable because dry cleaning bills are outrageous, totally outrageous.
Yeah.
Somebody was telling me about a product. I take sidetrack. Somebody was telling me about a product that you could buy, and I'm gonna get the name of it and share it online. That helps you get your dry cleaning. And Black people I don't know why we don't own dry cleaners. George Jefferson told us that you make a lot of money in dry cleaning.
That makes no sense.
That makes no sense
at all.
No sense at all.
Because we all dry clean.
We all dry clean. We're a group of people. Yeah, we're a group of people that dry clean. I can't. I need my shirts medium starched and pressed.
Yeah.
So, I'm not. I do have an iron, and I can, but I'd rather not. And that's one thing about us as a people. We spend money for comfort and for pleasure more than any other nationality. And the thing came out the other day that Black people spend $10 billion a year on our entertainment. We all got big TVs. We all got Netflix. You can go now. I used to sell insurance. You can go in the poorest house over in wherever, pick a city, pick a city, and you go into the people that are receiving funds from the government, and they got a big blankety blank TV. They got $125. I got kids in my school. We have a school called Youth Build, and we take on at-risk kids from 16 to 30 to get the high school diploma. And we deal with free for the school. We deal with disadvantaged children that have situations or that have been in the foster care system or life has hit them too early. And so we try to get them ready. All of them got Apple phones. I'm like, what? How are all of y'all over here got $1,000 phone? And one came in yesterday. He got the brand new Apple phone that they talking about on TV that you got to stand in line at the Apple store to get.
Yeah.
And I say, but so we enjoy our lives as we live them. So what I say I went to a Black Lives Matter thing the other day, and I say to people that we need to be prepared. We need to start finding a way to do business with each other. We need to become inclusive as a people, because that's the only way we're going to be able to survive. The Black Lives Matter people were really upset, about police and people killing Black people, which is horrible. They don't get a pass for that. That's a horrible thing.
Yes.
But it's even more horrible that Black people kill Black people every weekend.
Every day. Every day.
So over the United States, there says 100 Black men are killed each weekend. So if that be the case, then 100 Black men die over the weekend with a gun from a Black person. So now we lost 200. So that's saying that we losing 200 people every weekend in our nationality. As how do we handle that? So I went off on a tangent because I was asking you a question about how you do things, and then I started preaching my soapbox. But I want to know how you deal with being able to stay in business, because you have to come to work no matter what happens.
Yes.
You don't have anybody you can call in.
No.
Do you have an assistant? No.
No.
So okay.
No one to call in. I do want to touch a little bit on your rant or your tangent, though, because I really feel that, and this is probably not the most politically correct thing to say, but I feel as if in order for other people, other cultures to care about us, that we have to care about us, and we have to take care of us, and we have to promote us, and we have to refer to us. And there's so many misconceptions, but I really feel like us as a culture, the African American people as a culture, have really bought into society's views on what we are, who we are, and what we can do. And we are now speaking those statistics. We're speaking that language on each other, versus just not buying into it, because those things that they put out there are not who we are. There's a lot of very, very professional, profoundly professional, successful Black businesses that are out there. But then you hear people, that are us. We're talking about our own people's businesses, and we down them and say that they're not professional, or this is why I don't like, doing business with Black people, or whatever these people, some people are saying. But they will give every opportunity to any other culture to be disrespected, to be mistreated, to be denied access. And we would still go and still shop and still dine in and indulge in everything else that everyone else has to offer, besides what somebody down the street from you is doing. So I really think that we have to learn how to care for each other. We have to learn how to look out for one another. If someone needs something, and down to your gardener, down to your Black trash man, but and all the way up the scale, if you know someone who has a business, refer them. You're not the one who is receiving the service, and you're not the one providing it. The easiest free thing that you can do for any Black business is to refer them. It costs you nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And
So,
what we got to do is that we're saying to mainstream or Black businesses that know of other Black realtors, other Black businesses, say, hey, I need you to come in and be a part of the Black Chamber of Commerce. I need you to be, and they go, well, I'm at this organization. Okay, let me grab the leader of that organization, put them with our leader, and let them join hands. We're not saying that we're the best off or whatever. Join another organization, but let these two organizations find a way to work together. We're working with Terrence Stones from Young Visionaries out in the Inland Empire area, dynamic young man that's growing, that's changing young people's lives, dealing with gang intervention and other programs and these things. And Terrence and I have known each other for a while now. Terrence is overseeing the Black Chamber of Commerce in the High Desert, because he moved up to the High Desert. So now he's doing those kinds of things. He still has Young Visionaries. We're finding a way to help those young people through our educational program at Youth Build Inland Empire, to be able to bring them in to get their high school diploma. So we're all trying to find a way to change these young people's lives, because that's where the violence they say is between the young and the young. Because I'm too old to gang bang. You
I'm not gonna see
don't.
you on the block, Rich.
I ain't sagging. You ain't sagging. So So there's
Especially if you understand the history of sagging.
Yeah,
And
and
what it really meant back in slavery days.
it came from slavery. Somebody told me it was about the jailhouse thing. I don't know where
Yeah,
sagging
that's what they said. But in actuality, it came from like plantations, and I don't know how detailed you want me to get into that, but it was something that was, if the males were sagging in the fields, it let the onlookers of the other race know that that individual had been broken in.
Oh.
Yes. In a jailhouse view, broken in.
Okay. Yeah.
So, sagging, I mean, anything you do, you really should be understanding why you do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if you dress a certain way, like you get dressed every morning, and you know why you do it. You want to be prepared for your day. If I go out here and I'm sagging, I need to know why I'm sagging. It's not that it's just it looks cool to you or anything like that, but you really need to understand your history and your culture, where you come from, what your people were experiencing and why, and it's not just as things change, same thing with the language that's used today. The terms that we used to use when we were younger are now being used, but have different meanings. And you're like, that's what that means. So, as the culture changes, as history is moving forward, people change the really the meaning behind things, but that's actually where it generates from.
Wow. And we do have a word problem today, because whatever that word means to me, it might not mean the same thing to you.
Exactly.
So, which is why comedians and other groups of people have to tiptoe when they're making jokes or whatever it is they're doing, because it is necessary in the environment that we live in today to the acceptability or whatever it is. But and shouldn't be a but we accept you how you are, where you are, but I still want to change you. I still want you to have a better life. And it's tough with belief systems today, because the ones, in my opinion, the one that really works, they want to get rid of. So you can't mention Jesus on any kind of platform, or any kind of thing, or any kind of this or that, unless it's a Jesus platform.
Right.
But even then, some of the biblical scriptures that follow what he was doing are in violation of all the rules that they put out today.
Right.
So it's necessary. The old people say, you know what? They used to say, boy, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Absolutely.
So you've got to take a stand in a belief system and a thing that makes it work. You've taken a stand saying, listen, I have a furniture store. I don't care about this major chain that sells couches and that sells love seats. My service and what I'm doing here makes me a better furniture store than any of them. Yeah, they got a lot more money to drop some commercials, but we found a different way of making commercials. So we finna make a commercial for you, and we're gonna get it out there. We're gonna find platforms and places to be able to play it, put it on what they call it, the YouTube channel, or the Instagram, or the whatever it is, the TikTok. Utilize those things, all of that stuff. But we have to engage. We've got to stop planning and start acting and start getting in motion. We don't want to lose the plan, so we're reacting to a situation. We want to get in front of things. We are trying to get ready for, we should already be ready for 2023. Your plan for 2023 should already be laid out on the 2023 calendar of what we're going to do, how we're going to do that. So and I say to my viewing audience, this is September 21st. By October 10th, your master plan for 2023 should already be laid out. If you don't have your day planner, okay, I'm aging myself because I need a day planner that I can write in. But if you don't have your internet calendar set up for 2023, on days that you already know. Put mama and them birthday, sis and them birthday. But, after that birthday, I'm going to do an expo somewhere, or I'm going to do, you don't have to have the plan out to implement the plan. You can say in January, Martin Luther King birthday in January. Them other people that had nothing to do with Martin Luther King and him marching are gonna have Martin Luther King mattress sale.
Yes.
They ain't got nobody black work there. They gonna have Martin Luther King car sale. They gonna have all
everything for Martin Luther King.
Everything for Martin Luther King. And
it's so funny that you say that, though.
They ain't walk for now freedom speech. They ain't got nothing, but they're gonna have Martin Luther King mattress sale. I'm telling you. So
they don't know that. They don't know that I have a dream speech.
They don't know anything about the dream.
It's so funny that you say that. I always get a new planner for the new year in October of like October 1st. I always have my new planner, and I'm old school. I like to write my stuff down. I like to see it. I like to carry it with me because I feel like seeing is believing. And so, writing it down, I don't want something to just alert me, repeatedly, like, oh, you have this going on today. I'm constantly in it, writing stuff down, writing notes down. But yes, having a plan for the new year that early is like keys to success, because you're already manifesting, you're already putting out in the atmosphere what you're wanting to do, what your plans are. And even if your journey to accomplishing those plans change, that's okay. You still have a plan in place.
Yeah. Change is good. Change means something better is happening.
I'm learning that. It's not always easy, but I'm learning.
It's not always easy. And in fact, it's never easy,
Yeah.
which goes back to getting prepared in the morning and getting ready because you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So putting on having my house slippers on and my jammies are very, very comfortable, but I need to be a little uncomfortable so that I can know where I'm doing. So when I'm finished, I can loosen up this tiger. Man, that's a big day. I'm finished with that because I'm now taking this off. But when this is on, this is my suit of armor saying that I am ready to rock and roll.
You're prepared for the battle.
Prepare for the battle, because the worst thing that can happen is that you get in a battle and you go, somebody stops by to pick you up. Girl, I came to take you to lunch. Oh, let me get dressed. I got to put my makeup on. I got to do that. Whoa, slow your roll. You should have been ready.
And then you know what, from a mental health standpoint, Rich, even though we're not talking about that part, but when you get ready, and for girls, you do your makeup, or for guys, you trim up your goatee, and you smell good, you look good, you feel good, and it's something about feeling good that helps you become more motivated to do something in your day, and you don't have to get everything done in your day. Chip away at whatever needs to be done, and eventually you'll get to, oh, this is all done. I can move to the next thing. So I think that that's really great that you're mentioning that for those of us who are wearing our pajamas at home. Get dressed so you can feel better, so you can feel accomplished, even so that way you can have a pop-up lunch, meeting or something. Like, you feel prepared, ready, and you're going to influence the other people around you because you're always ready. You're always sharp. You're always ready to go.
And you may feel like just taking yourself to lunch.
Absolutely.
You're in school, I'm working. You know what? I'm going to mention the name. I'm going to go down here to Apple Somebody's, and I'm going to go over here to Fridays, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to order me some lunch, and I'm just going to have my lunch. Yes. And that is like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
It is. It is. I had to learn that too. So I don't know if you know, but my number is 7. I got 7s right here. So this year I started on the 7th day of every month is my day. That's my self-care day, because I can't do it every day, but that's my day off out of the whole month where I'm just doing something for me, even if it is that I just need a little R&R and I'm at the house relaxing, or I take myself to lunch, or I'll go see a movie by myself. I'm doing something for me, and a small little token of just giving myself some respite on that particular day of every month.
Okay. Now that's a good little tip. Y'all hear that? Pick a number, and once pick a number, Pick a number, and once a month, do you on that number?
Do you on that day or that number? Yes.
Yeah, that's that. I like that. I
Even
might.
if it's lunch with friends, because we're all busy. They have families. I have my family. They have their businesses and work, and me too. And we can't get together all the time, but I'll even go, to a nice dinner with friends on that particular day.
Okay, you know what? We've had so much fun here. I am past my time. I'm supposed to
Oh,
be gone. It has been a wonderful day spending this morning with you, Miss Nikki.
thank
Your business has been great. They're going to shut us off in about 2 seconds. So I enjoyed you. Come back and see us again. This is Rich Wallace with Strictly Business on EdgeTVNetwork.net. Thank you so much for joining us and have a wonderful day.